Alright, so today we're going to be looking at two lead-free leaders. Firstly, the Fox Camo Submerge in £50 and the Ridgemonkey RmTec Camo lead-free leader in £50 as well. We're going to be taking an in-depth look at both of them and going into details about their good and bad points and which one is best for you. Alright, so on the face of it, both of these leaders are very similar, but when you get down and look at the details, there are actually quite a few differences between the two, and both have their good and bad points in my opinion. Starting off with the Ridgemonkey, this is the Camo in £50, 10 metre spools, comes in around £16, same as the Fox price point. The Camo colour is really nice, it's really flecky, it's quite a deep dark colour. Which is where the first difference is with the Fox one, which we'll go into when we get to that one. They're really thin diameter, which is a real difference between the two. As you can see, the Ridgemonkey is a lot thinner diameter, same breaking strain, it's just a lot thinner and a lot finer material. I haven't actually got the means of testing if they break at what they say they are, but I've had absolutely no problems with this. It's real rock solid. I've pulled it over all kinds of rocks and snags and things like that, and it's never even started to fray. As with a lot of leaders these days, these lead-free leaders, they're all absolutely rock hard. You'd have to really be going some to break one of them, to be quite honest with you. It's really super supple. It just folds up and goes over absolutely any little nook and cranny. To say it sinks like a brick. It's a really nice leader material. Splicing wise, it is a little more fiddly than the Fox. As long as you've got a really nice fine proper splicing needle, you won't have a problem. It's just a bit more fiddly, you've just got to take a bit more time with it. That's a quick look at that one. So if we now look at the Fox, as you can see, it's a much thicker leader. Same breaking strain as I've said before, it's just probably almost double the thickness if you look at it. It's unusual really for that to have two leaders of exactly the same breaking strain be so vastly different in diameter. They don't list what their diameters are on the packet that I can see, but it's quite clear for this one is way thicker. The colour of this one's a much darker, it's more of what you call like a gravelly brown kind of camo colour, whereas the Ridgemonkey's more what you'd call a weedy green kind of camo. So depending on what your situation is, what you're fishing over, might alter your opinion on which one you prefer to be using. This one does absolutely sink like nothing I've used before. It really just plummets down to the bottom, and it really, if you just drop it in the margin, it really starts pulling your line down really quickly, way quicker than other leaders I've used, whether it's this extra thickness or the material they use in it, but it really does sink like an absolute brick like they claim. Again, super abrasive resistant, you're never going to have it snap, or it'd have to be a real brutal situation where you would have it snap, especially in the £50. Splicing wise, it's a lot easier. I think it's to do with the thicker diameter, it's a lot easier. You just find the splicing needle just slides down inside of it really simply. It's a much nicer material to work with, I find, than the Ridgemonkey. Although it's not too problematic, don't get me wrong, it's still quite easy to splice if you've done a bit before, but if you're new to fishing and splicing leaders, you're probably going to find that the Fox Camo is going to be easier for you. So we've got a couple tied up here, as you've seen in the other shots. They're just little helicopter rigs. You'll find with these lead-free leaders, if you use like helicopter beads, like these, this is the Corda safe system, you'll find you want to use the naked system, not the lead core system. The lead core system will be far too loose, the beads will move around far too easily. You want to use the naked system. They're a bit of a squeeze to get on, especially this Fox one. The Fox one is borderline on which system you'd use, but I do still find that the naked system works a lot better with the Fox one. Whereas the Ridgemonkey one, it's perfect. It really just, they do move with force if they need to, but yeah, they sit really nicely with that naked system on the Ridgemonkey. So which one should you get and which one should you use? Well, for me, big fish crashing out behind me there. For me, I personally use the Ridgemonkey one for nearly all of my fishing. I prefer the thinner diameter. I find it's a bit more discreet for the waters that I'm fishing. Although at the start of the year I was fishing on some really savage gravel bars, and I was starting to use the Fox one, sorry, just because that thicker material, I thought, over the mussel beds and the thick gravel, I thought it would be a lot safer to be using that one, although I still don't think I would have had any problems using this one. And with the gravel colour of this Fox one, yeah, I found it blended in a little bit better, just personal preference. So if you're new to carp fishing, I'd recommend the Fox one. If you're new to splicing anyway, if you're new to carp fishing, buy these ready-made because it'll be a lot safer just until you get your know-how up and you get a bit more experienced. But if you're getting into splicing your own leaders, you'll find this Fox one is a lot easier to splice, and that'll just make your job just that little bit easier. So there we are, a little in-depth look at the two different types of lead-free leaders. There's plenty others on the market. I'm not affiliated with either of these companies, so it's an honest opinion between the two. Hopefully that's given you a bit of an insight into which one might be better for you in your fishing. If you've enjoyed this video, click like and subscribe. There'll be plenty more videos coming out soon, and in the meantime, tight lines.